Hello and welcome to another wrap-up. November was not the month. I think it was the worst month maybe? I don't know actually. It is one of the worst months I've had this year, so yeah. Get ready for a really fast wrap-up, by the way. In November I ended up reading 5 books. The 3 of them were just because I noticed that I only read 2, like yesterday. I noticed, so yeah. But I do have my reasons, which I will get to in a minute. But yeah, let's get straight into the books that I've read in November. So the first book that I read in November was something a little bit out there. I read Manacled. Yeah, I did that. And here's the reason why I only read 5 books. This book is 1,200 pages, I think, but on my phone it was 2,000 pages. So, did I make a mistake by reading this? I don't know. If you have no clue what Manacled is, it is a fan fiction about Hermione and Draco in the events where Harry actually dies and doesn't defeat Voldemort. Basically. Why did I read this book, you may ask? Honestly, my cousin asked me about this and I was like, this is not the book for you. But I told him I would read the book and get back to him, so I did that. Yeah, just a easy 2,000 pages, you know, basic, I'll just do that. So yeah, I read Manacled. I had a fun time reading it, even though it wasn't as great as everyone else makes it out to be. In my opinion, I ended up giving it like a 3. It is weird. I don't know how to explain this book. Basically, my thoughts on it are, it's a very strange moment reading it. It's very confusing because of the events being changed and the characters are older and it doesn't really make sense if you actually think about the original books, but maybe, I don't know, maybe the author decided like, I don't know. It was well written, even though there were some grammatical and like spelling mistakes, but it's a fan fiction, so who cares? It was good. I had a fun time reading, but like it's not, I know it's a fan fiction and I'm acting as if this is an actual book, but I don't know. Yeah, and the ending to me ended really in a weird spot. I turned the page and I was like, that's it? That's how it ends? It's very confusing. But yeah, I read it. It's the largest book I've read this year. Love that for me. If you are planning on reading this, just be aware that there's a lot of trigger warnings, so look into those before you actually get into it. The next book that I read in November was The Vanishing Stair by Maureen Johnson. I'm gonna sneeze. And now I'm gonna look sick for the rest of the video. Love that. Anyways, this is the second book in the Truly Devious series, which I read the first book last month, aka October, and I didn't really love it as much as everyone else. I gave it a 3. And this is another case of me not enjoying the book as much as everyone else. I am so bored. I'm seriously considering not... Actually, no, that's wrong. I'm not going to continue with the series even though I have 2 other books. These books are written really well. I really enjoy the writing style. You can get through the book really easily, at least for me. I got through the book so easily. It's written in a way that you can read really fast and I really enjoy that, but other than that, I don't really give a shit. The plot is fine. The plot twists for me are a little bit predictable, and I don't know. I'm just not really interested. I don't know. I've lost interest in the books, basically. I don't know. I think I gave this a 2.5, which is kind of in the middle. So it's like, meh. It isn't bad, but it isn't good either, in my opinion. It just exists, and just because I own the other 2, I don't think I'm gonna force myself to read them, because I kind of forced myself to read this. I'm not gonna lie. I was just giving this a shot because I enjoyed the first one, but if I did not like this, I told myself that I would not continue, so here we are. I'm not interested in the series anymore, unfortunately, so these books will probably be unhauled by the end of the year. Lovely. And the last 3 books that I read in November were the 9th, 10th, and 11th volumes of Yana of the Dawn, which is a manga series that I'm currently reading, which is about a girl called Yana and her group of friends, kind of, that are trying it to overthrow an evil king, I guess. That's the fastest way I can explain without going too much into detail. I watched the anime, so I'm reading it, and I'm enjoying it. I've gone past the point of the last episode of the anime, so it's new information basically. I'm enjoying them. I think the 9th volume I gave a 3, the 4th a 4, and the last one a 3 or 3.5, I don't know. I am enjoying them. They're not the best thing ever for me, but I am enjoying them. Hopefully it gets better. I don't know. I really like Shina, or this character. He's my favorite. I love him. My favorite so far out of all the volumes was actually volume 10. I really liked the redemption arc of one of the characters. That is basically the entirety of that volume is about him. I enjoyed it. It was cute. Other than that, no thoughts. But this is the only physical one. Those were all the books that I read in November. It was not a great reading month, but that's okay. I had fun reading an excessively large fanfiction. Here we are, whatever. I've already completed my Goodreads goal, so I'm not really stressed about it anymore. The benefits of reading manga, basically. If you're stressed about your Goodreads goal and completing it, just read manga. I'm at 120 something books now. I've read like 40 novels this year, so technically, if I were actually doing it like I used to do it, which is just books that I read physically or arcs, I would not be completing my goal this year. I don't know why I was holding that book up for so long. Anyways, those are all the books that I read in November. Hopefully in December I read some books that I need to continue with and finish, like some series that I mentioned in my end of the year tag video, stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I don't promise anything because I feel that it's not gonna happen. We'll see. We'll pray. I don't know. But that is everything for today, and I'll see you in my next weird video.